friends, this is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. Rosario Dawson has officially been cast as Ahsoka Tano in the upcoming Mandalorian Season 2. There's so much about that sentence that makes me giddy with nerdy delight. It's just awesome. Notice the hands and the uncontrollable movement thereof. Now, Slash Films was originally the one to break the news. They said on Friday, March 20th, that she was the one that they have officially cast Rosario Dawson. This is the news that where most people are getting this from. They have an inside source. Now, is it accurate? Signs point to yes. If this is the case, it doesn't mean that she's going to have a major role, but likely a major cameo. So someone that we'll be introduced to and then maybe shows up in one, maybe 2 episodes, but briefly. Now, why do I think that? Why do I know that? Well, one, Rosario Dawson herself is effing yeah, let me do it. I would love that. But this is the clip that she had in 2017 on Good Day America, specifically talking about this.
But right now there's a major campaign that's going on, and I'm calling it major because I think it is, but there's a whole campaign that's going on online to try to get me in Star Wars to play Ahsoka Tano, which would be amazing.
Because you know what? Star Wars follows you on Twitter. They don't follow anybody who's not in their movie.
I know. I'm I think it's a good sign. Internet, help me.
And it's freaking awesome to have someone who notices that there is a movement going on in the community. It's yeah, that would be freaking sweet. And embraces it like she does in this scene. Now, there's a lot of stuff that plays into this that makes me feel that this is accurate. If you look at how long it takes to make a TV show or a season of a TV show, it's roughly about a year. Now, we know that they started filming season 2, episode 1, or however they do it. Season 2, late last year in 2019, as they were finishing up or even airing the first couple of episodes of The Mandalorian. As it was starting to grow legs, as the fandom flocked to it in droves, they're we need to get this back on the shelves. And so they went to work. Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau were booyah, Grandma, let's do it. Now, additionally, with all the stuff that goes into production of a show, a lot of the work has been in past on the back end, because they have to do special effects, they have to do green screen type stuff. But with the new engine that Dave Filoni and Favreau are using to create The Mandalorian, they're using a gaming engine to create live in moment stuff for shooting, so they don't have to do as much on the back end. We know that they have recently wrapped production of season 2 of Mandalorian. And so it's likely that right now, all of that stuff is going through and being edited. So during the editing process, maybe someone got a little tipsy and let it slip that Miss Dawson is going to be Ahsoka freaking Tano. Now, there's so much else to this. Now, if you look at the lore in Star Wars right now, you have Moff Gideon. And spoiler alert, last moment we see with Moff Gideon, what is he doing? He is extruding himself. He's cutting himself out of his fallen tie using the Darksaber. If that is not a throwback to, one, The Mandalorian, which it clearly is because it's a Mandalorian weapon, first Mandalorian to ever be a Jedi, used the Darksaber, created the Darksaber, that's freaking awesome. At the end of season 1, what do we get? Another Mandalorian with Force powers. Yes, they are a clan of 2. We've got Din Djarin, we've got the Mandalorian himself, and Baby Yoda. He's a freaking Mandalorian, right? He's a clan of 2. He's been adopted in, just kind of Din was. But you've got this. You've got the connection to the Darksaber. Where else does the Darksaber show up? Star Wars Rebels. Who had it in Star Wars Rebels? Well, no, yeah, we have Bo-Katan who ends up with it. But Sabine Wren, who was part of the Phoenix Squadron, who was connected with Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum, who was, oh my gosh, all connected back to the Mandalorian, back to the Siege of Mandalore, where we see freaking Din Djarin being rescued by, in my mind, it feels very much like he's being rescued by Death Watch. And like, there's going to be a lot of that explored, right? We're going to get more of his backstory. We're going to get more of the future, right? But to connect it all back in would be phenomenal. Now, Rosario Dawson, she's a Star Wars fan. She, like in that clip I showed, she wants to be part of the Star Wars family. And who wouldn't want her to be Ahsoka Tano? One of the best written characters in all of Star Wars. I mean, arguably, Ahsoka's storyline, from being brought to the Jedi Order by Plo Koon, to being mistakenly given to Obi-Wan, and then Anakin raises her, and then, you know, the oh my gosh, what she goes through as a Jedi, then to have everything thrown into pieces with the Jedi. I mean, she has got one of the strongest stories in all of Star Wars canon. If anything has brought more people to Star Wars in recent years, it's stories like Ahsoka's. I mean, everyone, I've never met a single person who doesn't like Ahsoka Tano. I haven't. And I'm not saying that there aren't out there, that those people don't exist. I'm sure that they do. But I've not met them, is the point. And guys, this would be absolutely fascinating. Now, I don't think that we're going to actually see her as a major character, or else I do think it would have probably been leaked earlier than now. The fact that we're only getting this information does lead me to believe that this or she is going to be added as maybe a teaser for season 3. Maybe we'll see her connection to the new Rebels cartoon that is being brought out. And it's not Rebels, but it's the Ahsoka and Sabine cartoon that they go and look for Star Wars characters. This also connects with the idea that we've been hearing from the developers, from the people, from the powers that be, that a lot of these different things are going to interconnect, that they're going to use Star Wars The Mandalorian as a launching point for other types of shows, for other types of series. We heard that it's possible that we could see a young Luke. We do know that The Mandalorian will introduce characters from Inferno Squad. I mean, to the live screen. We've seen them in video games, but we haven't seen them in live action. And The Mandalorian would be a great place to do that, since it's being talked about in other areas of the universe, in other areas of canon. This is not a far-fetched concept, right? And because Ahsoka is so closely tied to Star Wars The Mandalorian universe, because Ahsoka is so closely tied to the Darksaber, to the Siege of Mandalore, to the Jedi, and Lost Jedi. Let's face it, that is exactly what Baby Yoda is. He is a lost Force user. Ahsoka pretty much collects them, right? And there is so much there, so much potential, and I am so freaking excited about this. Now, I'm going to finish with this. I was reading on the internet when this came out. I was going through. It is also possible that not only will we see Ahsoka Tano joining The Mandalorian, or Rosario Dawson featured as Ahsoka Tano on The Mandalorian, it is also possible that we could see The Mandalorian Season 2 released earlier. As I mentioned earlier, that a lot of that production, the stuff that goes into it, is being taken out or being addressed early on with the work that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are doing with this new technology, and when they shoot the films, when they shoot the work, they're just doing touch-ups now. But with the coronavirus going around, it is very possible, like we saw with Onward, that those things, these shows are going to be produced at a quicker clip and sent live faster. Now, I don't know. That's just rumor. But I'm seeing this. There was a blog post on a site called Inverse, and it specifically mentions this. It's possible that we could see Mandalorian Season 2 debut earlier than October 2020. How much earlier? I don't know. Will we see Ahsoka Tano as featured or played by Rosario Dawson? I don't know, but it would be freaking awesome. I love the idea of it. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts? Leave a comment in the section below. Like, subscribe, share. Tell me what you think, guys, because this is huge news. If you are interested in actually checking out the Ahsoka novel, which is great. It takes place shortly after the Battle of Mandalore, or the Siege of Mandalore, whatever we're calling it. It shows how she got her lightsabers. It's really freaking cool. You can check out the link in the section below. I have a link to an Audible. You sign up for 1 month, you get 2 free audiobooks. Get the Ahsoka Tano audiobook. It is awesome, guys. So amazing. But as always, like, subscribe, share. This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. And as always, my friends, smile and stay nerdy.